Hello, welcome back. I will continue today to talk about Paimon, book Paimon, and the thematic, the Lord of the Abyss, the Void and the Silence, great King Paimon, the King Paimon of eternity. You know, there's the high crown of King Paimon, and I talked almost in every recording about the mirrors, and interestingly, the mirror always has another reflection and another reflection. It was quite interesting process now to reflect on this thematic, and today I was thinking about the fact that the mirror, it is interesting. Now it's almost like through the knowledge that the mirror do exist, no, and if one is able to read them or to understand that they are there with a certain message, no, that seems a little bit less less by chance and less ordinary than usually. No, there's a feeling that comes with it, and then it's almost like this is like a mirror, this is like a message, this is something to help me. No, there's a certain reflection sometimes when the mirror shows that it shows the purpose of the mirror as the teacher, as the helper. So there's the reflection from the mirror coming, and then it's like it gives you a window. No, it gives you a message, it gives you a reflection that you needed to know. So the effect of the mirror, receiving or being able to read it and or to understand it. No, there's the need to do get like the onion from the earth. No, there is a point where you have to I would say be able to read the message and get that message that is for you, no, through the reflection of the mirror. So this is like mirror magic. No, it's like a Paimon is still teaching me how to work with the mirrors. So there is the reflection, no, and the reflection has a total resonance with me, and then I know it is for me, and know it is a reflection of the mirror, no, trying to teach me something, trying to show me something, and then I by me reading it like that, that's the answer, that's the message, no. So what I wanted to say, that the mirror is not a blank, simple reflection. As I've said, there's many facets. There's a deepening of the message of the mirrors, of the reflections. No, there's the positive effect of possibility in different direction. No? So the mirror does speak about the future. So it is a magic object or a tool to be used to be able to receive messages from the future or connected to the future. And there is this resonance, no, almost like the veil is talking. The abyss is not empty. The abyss is not cold. The abyss is not non-responding. The abyss is not the end. The abyss is not all these false facets, no, of almost like another type of mirrors, no, that were shown towards us, the reflections of that were coming towards us, but in the same time, no, there is the need of, as I've said, to clear, no, to clear those mirrors, no, and have only one mirror, one reflection point, and then it's almost like the shadows fall, no? There's as I've said, you can even cast shadow or light with the mirror, no? So the mirror is an amplifier. Things look different in the mirror than look in reality, because there is a distinction between reality and the mirror. It's not the same, no? If you have a candle burning in front of the mirror, it is going to look enlarged. There's a difference between the real object and the reality, and the mirror, which is reflected, the image of it in the mirror. So the mirror does affect the reality, no? In the way, no, that it says, okay, it doesn't show, no, the reality. It's just a reflection, no, and it's not as accurate as so there is distinguish, no, that we are able to notice. And the aspect, now if you imagine a mirror and then many mirrors in the back, there's always a focus on the first mirror, no? So there's always the center, no? The mirror is always like it's like a center point, no? It's almost like we know, okay, that's the main mirror, and the others are the reflections of that mirror. It's almost like the mirror can duplicate, no? And then when you have more mirrors showing to each other, then it's almost like a mathematical thing happening. No one can calculate. It's very complex. It's almost like a geometrical figure that can be created. So there are many, ways to reflect on the subject of the mirrors, as well as the reflections, no, of the mirrors. At the same time, no, the darkness or the void is something that it has. That's the idea or the point of it. No, it has nothing. It encapsulates nothingness. So there's the element of the mirror, which can be discussed, is very interesting. It has so many meanings. There's so many, perception or precepts of the way or perception or this thing. There's a lot. One can turn it all around, and you can create different facets with the mirror. You can create to reflect light. There's so much possibility. But then when we focus ourselves on the darkness, there's almost like it's just total blackness. No, there's nothing. There's just floating nothingness. No, it's just what it is. One don't have to say a lot about it. No, so there's like the very opposite, two big contrasts. And I think what King Paimon represents is like bringing these two big contrasts in one way or another, like together, no? Because he carries the black mirror and the element of fire and water. So it shows that he is a magician of the past and of the future, representing the mirror, and of course the fire, which is a magician of the past. And the mirror, now in ancient times, the mirror has been like a tool of reverence, no? Something very unique, something very special, no? The mirror does have some aspects of ancient inside the mirror, no? How I mean that? Well, because it's almost like through the sand that it is created, no, it carries those stories. So it's almost like the mirror does have a substance of the past, which is the sand, no? It's almost like if we think, okay, the sand carries stories, or the sand represents, the eternal life, or the longevity, something extremely old, it will be the sand, and the sense of time, like things. We don't just say things because we say things. They do represent, they do have some logic and truth, even scientifically, if one was to discuss, what exactly sand is. And the meaning of, there's a reason why humans love sand so much. The sand is it's almost like a perfect material, and it's a very pleasant material, and it's like tiny stones, but very, very tiny, and it's very pleasant to walk on it. It can get hot from the sun, or it can get wet. It's really beautiful. And in the desert, of course, there's a lot of sand, even more fine, and it's very, very unique and gorgeous. The sand. The sense of time, the sense of memory, the sense of time, of things being and things ending, and it speaks about history, about something old or something ancient. It's like there's a reverie that comes towards the sun or the sand, which are connected. The desert, the orange color, the warmth, the fineness. There's this beauty in the desert, and when we think that the mirror is made out of sand, it shows the beautiful qualities that the mirror does carry, and the way that the mirrors are able to help us in the moment we know what to reflect, and to be able to read the messages that come towards us. It can be even a simple, in front of a mirror, you light a candle, and you look at yourself, you enjoy the candle, and it's like a simple exercise. So there's or when you write something, you can have a mirror close to you, or a candle. So there's this, it's almost like the candle, the light feels very well together with the mirror, and one can get some type of inspiration or some type of messages. One can be able to start to listen some type of whispers, or listen into that darkness, or listen into that void or abyss. There is this ability, this possibility to receive some messages, or have some type of experience, or be able to hear, read, or understand these messages, or this type of messages, how they function. And sometimes it can be even a reflection of something. So it's almost like training the eye. One can train this, and one can then is able to read or work even faster through this type of work. And it is nice to be able to create by your own setting like that. I think it's something very beautiful, or even with sand, when one works with sand. If you have sand at home, it's a great material, or it's a great thing to have. So it connects one with the idea of the sand, of what sand means, and the beautiful aspect of the sand. And when we think about Paimon and the black mirror, in his throne room, it's still almost like, it speaks about mystery, it speaks about something unknown. It does speak about the abyss, or about the abyssal power, that does exist, like something like the abyssal power, which speaks about the enormous power, and there's even the subject of the salt. It's almost like when you have like a cave, and there's like a lot of water goes through the stones and through the earth. It's almost like it brings with it that salt, and it can create like a salt mine. When there's a lot of water, there's this element of water dripping, or something very old or untouched, almost like a cave that never has been a human soul there, a cave that never has been seen by nobody, or it's just like water and old, and it's something that has been created since a long time. So water does carry the idea of longevity, the sand, the crisp of the sand or of the salt, something that has been created in a long process, and the water element of it, which is like part of the creation of those elements. and then the entire atmosphere, of the cave, of the earth, of the water dripping, of the salt, of these figures. It's like a work of art. So the water is an artist, the water is a perfect artist, I would call, like if I was to be poetic about it, but it does speak truth, Poetic doesn't mean it's false, it's just that it's something exalted or brought to a higher or more beautiful understanding. It's almost like when a flower is blooming, that's that moment where the seed has its answer. So there is always, in the moment of reflection, which can mean that silence or that void or that peace, that deep silence, the peace speaks about the deep silence. There's always the given hand, the loving hand of something that one can understand a little bit and enjoy the reflection that comes, and it's almost like it surprises one. It always gives something more than expected in a positive way. So there's always a gift coming with it, and there's always like something deepening. There's always knowledge deepens one. Knowledge makes one understand it's like said, the mirrors again, the hidden facets of things, how deep one can go, how left, or how much right. When you don't just say, okay, I will go left, you say, okay, but how much left? And oh, it would be nice, I want to jump up and then I want to go down. There's a choice between the reflections, And I think it just wants to say that the abyss is not a empty void, a senseless void, or nonsense, or like something that doesn't think or doesn't understand or doesn't exist or doesn't or has no feelings, or is cold, or is dark, or is doesn't care. It's something that is just not educated. It's the opposite. The darkness carries the knowledge. It holds the seed. It's not only carrying it. It what makes the seed be able to go towards the light and grow with it. So there's the understanding that the mirror was not the mirror once. So there's the idea of the past and the future, how things time, how it's like when you think of a desert and you see the wind blowing the desert, you can imagine how much time has passed. Desert represents a lot of time. It's ancient, it's old, it's long lasting, it carries stories. The sand, it carries secret things, it carries maybe forbidden things, maybe it carries beautiful things, it carries treasures, it carries knowledge, it carries wisdom, stories, There's a lot that comes into that. I think that's like the main point of the discussion, So that's what I say, it's like the black mirror is the black mirror for a reason, black, There's always the intensity that comes with that. So the meaning is deeper, And being the abyss, it always deepens more. So almost like the white mirror of a normal mirror, it almost like it pushes front, it shows something that is in front of it, but the black mirror, it goes inward, it goes deeper, it pulls one in. So there's or even rejects one, So there's a different movement to this too. And there's almost like a procession of things now. It's almost like the sand, the water, the mirror, the fire. There's always like each with each space, each with each line. There's always a even in the desert there's a line, there's a road, so if even the sand, if even the sands carry that memory within it. Now there is the quality that that sand does carry a certain quality towards it, or towards what it was once, or towards what it became, or what it can become. There's the it's almost like the translucence of time through the sand, through the metaphor of the sand. The ability of time of change, of transformation is like a enormous line. There's an enormous cycle. There's an enormous procession of things moving always forward. And I think that's the same movement in the abyss as well. There's always an expansion to it, an amplification. There's always the or at least a continuation. There's, as I said, Paimon reciting. There's always a continuation of his words. And it's almost like the atmospheric generating energies around him, like the essential ones, the important ones. That's why I do think that they do carry a lot of meaning. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to make another recording about King Paimon, the Lord of the Silence and the Void, Lord of the Abyss. King Paimon, my book that I have written in poem form. And we're talking about the mirrors, the black mirrors, subjects that I discussed in other recordings. This is like a follow-up. Thank you so much for listening, and hear you next time. Bye.